stream, and welcome back to King's Crossing. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for joining us. Welcome to the next episode. Episode 4, we're back with now, of King's Crossing, the second saga. This is my second group that's playing through, currently in their first adventure. Excuse me, Adarag and Gnimwirt. First off, guys, how are we?
Pickle.
We're pickled. Pickled?
No, we're in a pickle.
We're in a pickle. They are in a pickle. I just heard pickle.
You're in a pickle.
How are we? Pickle.
Pickle. Oh.
So I've got Tough Nuts here. I've got I was gonna say Adarag. I've got Tough Nuts and Adarag. I've got Tough Nuts and Adis here playing Gnimwirt and Adarag. That we're gonna learn more about their characters and learn more about the story that they're getting into here. So previously on King's Crossing. Our daring duo, they set off from Othrondil, otherwise known as the Kingdom of Starhaven, on a quest to track down a thief who stole a very volatile formula. After quite a journey north along the coastline involving the loss of the Nimblewinch and most of their dignity at the hands of the Corsairs of the Rockar Empire, they finally arrived at Arwen's Rest. They arrived to find the small hamlet in dire need and half sunk. The most pressing concern to Adarag and Gnimwirt was the current missing person, Mateo, the son of the local barkeep at Hobbs Lodge, who goes by the name Griff. They set out, not long after arriving, to find Adarag's contact here in town, Griff, and see if they could be of some help. Enter Dibs, the questionable kobold along for the ride to save his own skin. The newly formed trio dodges certain death at basically every corner, captures a strange monster who burst forth from a plant, and eventually landed smack dab in the middle of the swamps of the Freelands, carving a plant open, hiding from a predator, and this is where we find them now, in King's Crossing Episode 4. Welcome back, gentlemen.
Dun dun dun.
We're diving straight in. If you guys are ready, we're going. You guys are standing there, middle of the swamp, up to your kneecaps in mud and guck and water, and all kinds of piss poor smells that you wouldn't want to wish on anyone. You stand there, Adarag, face full of plant, right in front of you, carving into this plant, burst forth an arm, grabbed your arm, locked you up in that like predator hold, pulled you into the plant to where you're like up to your shoulder, you're in this plant, turn around, you see Gnimwirt, and all of a sudden, the arm goes limp. You can't see it as it's inside the plant, but it goes limp. And you're stood there.
My arm goes limp, or their arm goes limp?
Their arm goes limp.
Okay.
Apologies. So you're stood there. Your arm, yeah, that would be bad. No. You're pulled into this plant. You see Gnimwirt. Gnimwirt, you are frozen still as a shiver goes up your spine, as a stomp doesn't echo, but echoes through your body, through your bones, into the ground with the impact. You hear nothing, but you know what this is. You've been tracking the same creature that's been tracking you. A large land mass that has been moving about the woods, hunting. One that steps heavy, but never makes a sound. And you felt it impact hard. It's close. And with that, I'm going to need Gnimwirt to roll a stealth check. You're ready for it. Adarag, you didn't quite feel this pulse because you were in the middle of being pulled into a plant.
Lots of stuff going on.
Yeah, so you didn't quite feel it. Gnimwirt, I'm going to need a stealth check from you. Now, this one's going to be a standard difficulty across the board. Adarag, you have no idea what's going on. Gnimwirt, do you say anything or do anything to let Adarag know that you're trying to be stealthy? And you can tell me, are you trying to be stealthy?
I think approaching this plant, I've been very cautious, so I think that fits.
Okay.
How close am I to Adarag?
I'd say you were moving up on him. I'd say you're probably within five yards.
Okay, so I'm not gonna like yell out
Sure.
in the interest of stealth, but I'll quickly turn and like punch him in the arm and then say, "The monster's here, it's come."
And
then
meanwhile, Adarag, shut. Oh, okay.
Okay. So Adarag, with that, are you wanting to try and be stealthy?
Um.
Or what are you trying to do? I should ask.
So I think I'm trying to. So I've now felt this thing go limp.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to turn around to Gnimwirt and say, "Sir, I think there's one in here, but it grabbed me and pulled me in, but it's stopped. It's gone limp."
I try to grab his arm with mine as well and try to pull the thing out of the plant. Like we pull it together.
Yes. Nimward, are you still trying to be stealthy?
Yes, but metagaming, I failed my stealth.
yeah, you did. But okay. If you're wanting to maintain stealth, you don't know comparatively to their perception. Excuse me. I'm going off the it's called their passive perception, just where their perception's at on a scale.
I see.
How you did comparatively to that. Nice roll though, 69. And
Hey.
so I'm gonna need, if you want to try and maintain stealth, I'm gonna need you to roll again. However, this time it's going to be a I was getting so familiar with these rolls, but it's been a minute. It's gonna be a challenging check.
Okay. Yeah, I think my character's goal is to finish whatever we need to do with this plant and get the hell out of here.
Okay. Good to know. So while you roll that, Adarag, are you trying to pull this arm, supposedly attached to a creature, out of the plant, or are you trying to pull your arm out of the plant?
I'm going to try to be pulling this creature out, but I'm going. Is my stiletto still in the thing? Like, can I still cut with? Is it still within arm's reach so I can keep cutting?
Give me a D100 /R 1D100. $90, nice. On your character, you have the trait, you have the dooming. Do not trust what you can't see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I'm trying to open it up so I can see it before I.
Yeah, well, you haven't been able to. You haven't seen the monster yet, and you haven't seen what's in this plant yet. I'm gonna say with that 90 roll, you panicked and dropped your stiletto. It's still within reach, but it's currently on the ground. You could grab it with your other hand.
Okay. I think now that it's kind of gone limp, I'm going to let go of it to pull my arm out to go and grip my stiletto and then start cutting again to open up the plant more.
Okay. Tough Nuts, Gnimwirt, you rolled a secondary stealth, this one at challenging rating. You again failed. Okay. What is Gnimwirt trying to do now that you've seen what Adarag's doing? Pulling his arm out, grabbing his knife.
Quick question for you, just how this setting works. The corruption system with like I have independence and rebellion in the 9 to 9 scale.
Yes.
When do we actually move that?
So basically, we're homebrewing some rules on that, and it will move at the end of an adventure for now. I might change that going into the second adventure, but for your first adventure, it's gonna move at the end of the first adventure.
Okay, I was just curious because you were talking about the omen or whatever, and
and you saw it right beneath, and you're like, hey, wait a second.
Yeah, I thought maybe it was connected, but
no, yeah, it's a little different. But
okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna try to see if I can see where the monster is and if it's actually moving towards us. Okay. I know I felt it.
Awareness check. You know what you're looking for. Standard across the board. 79 out of 42. You don't see it, but you feel another impact, and this thing is close. Wherever it is, it's close.
All right. I think I'll just drop to the ground to try and have an advantage with stealth or something.
Okay. Give me another stealth check. This time standard roll. Adarag, you're going back in on the plant, cutting it open, right?
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a melee check. This is going to be following your simple melee.
Simple melee.
58. Remember, you guys do have fortune trackers if you want to be using any fortune points for rerolls. You guys have failed every roll so far. This is terrible.
Yep.
Not a good start to the session.
Standard across the board?
Yes, standard across the board for this.
It's the opposite of our session with
Oh
Pickle
my
Get
gosh.
By 1%!
By
You got a
1%.
52, we got a 53, guys. Again,
Oh
you
my
have fortune
goodness.
trackers if anyone wants to start
I'm
dropping.
gonna use my tracker.
Alright.
I'm feverishly going at this thing. I'm trying to cut this thing open
Yeah.
because I've seen Gnimwirt drop to the ground, so I'm like, oh shit, something's happening, and I'm
You're trying to go faster and faster, so you're basically expending stealth at this point. You're cutting, your knife gets stuck, you rip it out, and then you go back in, and
Oh wait, I think I just did that incorrectly.
you're alright. I'll put it back and then re-roll. There you go. And you got a 32 out of the 52. You got a success. You get your knife out, you go back in, and you cleave it all the way down. The plant opens up, and the smell starts to emanate, hitting Adarag in the face first. It's not a good smell. It's not nearly as bad as the last plant. Remember, we retconned. A putrid smell came out of that plant. This one, not nearly as bad. It looks like it was permeated. It was starting, is what it seems like. And out of it falls a familiar face. Isabella. Izzy, as we know her.
Easy.
Collapses out of this plant. Seems to be unconscious.
Okay,
I want to
I'm
go
gonna.
look at her character thing again so I remember what she looks like.
You should find her in your notable people. I'll pull it up
Yeah,
on
okay.
screen for anyone watching. There is.
So, Adarag, are we taking notes as we go, or are we gonna do that later in the journal lore thing?
Oh, right.
If I remember right, you guys were taking notes on your own, so you had them all in one spot, and then I believe you guys were gonna like
Transcribe
combine them and transcribe later.
Yeah, let's do that then.
If I remember.
Yep.
Okay.
So Isabella has collapsed out, unconscious, probably falling somewhat into Adarag's arms, somewhat collapsing to the ground. Adarag, you have exposed this plant and found Isabella inside. Gnimwirt, you're down on the ground expecting something. You know it's here, but you can't see it. And Gibbs is nowhere to be found.
Are there any plants like this one around that we see, like more plants?
Negative.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you that. You don't even have to roll. You don't see any, and they'd stand out. I mean, they're big, bulbous, purple plants.
Purple plants in the
definitely
forest.
not native. Whatever this scenery would be.
I'm kind of. So Isabella's kind of like fell into my arms, and I'm trying to like jostle her awake, see if she's waking up. Probably.
Adarag, I need an awareness check.
Yeah.
Gnimwirt, what are you trying to do? What's the plan? I mean, you've gotten the plan out.
Yeah, I'm gonna whisper to Adarag, we need to get out of here now. Something's come up on us, and I can't see it.
Understandable, sir. Can you help me carry this girl?
Yeah, I'll help him.
All right. Stand by for me real quick. What can you guys see of that?
Nothing. Question marks.
It's all question marks?
All question marks.
Okay.
Are we looking?
Not on
map?
stream. In the dice roll.
Oh yeah, nothing.
Okay. Good to know.
We can see that you rolled something, but
okay, that's it. All right. Basically, you guys hear, and the tree next to you, Adarag. There's the plant in front of you. It's kind of split open, kind of falling apart. There's little purple chunks and stuff inside. It's kind of weird. The tree next to you starts sizzling and burning as you see like this weird acid dripping down it.
Ooh. Sir, I think you're right. We need to go.
yeah, let's go the opposite direction, carrying Isabella.
Which direction is that?
which direction was the tree acid thing?
Right next to the plant. So the path was going south to north. You guys went off to the east of that path. Further east, you know that there's a mountain. South is town. North is supposedly where Griff went.
And we're right at the plant, and that's where the acid tree thing happened.
There's a tree next to the plant. There's trees all over. The tree next to the plant. All of a sudden, he noticed that it's got acid dripping from it, and the plant the tree is crumbling.
Sir, I think we should make our way back to the high grounds, and well, what are your thoughts on continuing north? We've made it this far.
I want to lose this enemy before we make any decisions on big next steps. Let's just get to safety first.
Right.
So yeah, I guess we'll head west towards the main path, and I think at this point we're still trying to be quiet, but move as quickly as we can while being quiet.
Okay, I'll need stealth checks from both of you. These ones are currently standard. Ooh. That is not what you wanted to see. Okay, so Adarag rolls a stealth, needed 51 or less, got a 38 success. Gnimwirt needs to roll a stealth.
I'm gonna use a fate.
Use a fate. Use a fate.
It's a fortune, and you can't use them on criticals.
Oh
okay.
no.
Yep. He needed a 43 or less, got an 88, which is a fail. Not only that, it's matching numbers. It is a critical failure. With that,
You can't do anything right.
Not today, I can't.
Let's go ahead and just throw this up. About the size of, like I said, maybe a train car, possibly 2 train cars, this massive, corrupted, plague swamp dragon. You see one of the trunk, or one of its legs, you thought was a tree, moves forward. This thing lurches at you guys. Doesn't make a sound. You only see the movement, but it completely silent, lurching towards you guys. You see it kind of pucker up one of its cheeks and spit, and this blob hits another tree right next to you, acid dripping down, burning the tree.
Sir, we need to move.
How do I want to do this? I need from both of you. What are you tell me, what are you guys planning to do? What is the game plan here?
All right.
We're going to need rolls from both of you. I just got to figure out what is Adarag's plan?
So Adarag's plan is to try to get to more steady footing, which he thinks is going to be the high path there that we had. Maybe it's less muddy. We can maybe make better time, or have less of a less difficult terrain to cross over, to maybe be able to outrun this thing.
Okay.
Serpentine.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Gnimwirt?
Does the thing look like it would be able to talk? Like, is it intelligent? Does it?
Give me an
can I
awareness
tell
check.
that?
Give me an awareness check. Standard. 2 dice rolls. Critical failure again. Needed a 42 or less. Got a 44.
Jesus.
You're panicked. You can't say. You don't know. It's charging towards you guys, not making a sound, but you can clearly see it's running up on you, and it's not far away.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna follow Adarag.
Okay, Adarag just takes off. Gnimwirt's like, and then sees Adarag running, and Gnimwirt's like, ah!
I'm gonna be also trying to carry Izzy as best I can away from here.
You're dragging Izzy. All right. All right. Set that to this and okay. You guys are running. Adarag's in Serpentine. It goes to shoot at Adarag. The Serpentine works. The acid spittle lands in the ground at a spot where you just were, right on your heels. You can hear it, but you're not looking. You're Gnimwirt, you're behind him. You stop and go around as just acid splats right in front of you. As you guys keep running, you're serpentining, you're making it for the path. You can see the rise in ground going up onto the solid ground and ahead of you. You're making it. Gnimwirt, you press up against it. You start climbing up the side of the wall here, climbing back up onto that higher ground. Adarag, you were doing that. Gnimwirt. See how this goes. Gnimwirt, you are running. Trying to catch up with him. What? Hang on.
Oh no. I can see that roll.
You see the 0?
Yeah.
Yeah. That didn't.
But I'm assuming I'm getting hit here.
Yeah, except they didn't do what it's supposed to do, so I gotta figure out. Okay, failure on my part. That's all right. Boop, 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 boop. Where is it? Here we go. This one. All right. All right. Give me 2 seconds, gents.
Okay.
Apologies. Thought I had this all set up.
So on a scale from 1 to fucked, how are we? You are not instilling confidence in your players.
Oh, right. Yeah, about that. Here. Okay. It can use its saliva as a ranged weapon. Allows them to strike a single foe. There it is. Gnimwirt, can you roll for me /R a 1d10 plus 1? What'd you get?
3.
3. Oh, not bad. Okay, you rolled really well.
That's a first.
Yeah. Okay.
Keep going.
You're not wearing any armor, right? That doesn't matter. What is your damage threshold modifier or damage threshold? Excuse me.
The only thing I have on is my normal clothes and boots, the swamp boots.
Yep. Oh yeah, those won't add anything. So your current
Damage
damage threshold is
3.
3. So it does hit. So you are gonna take 1 damage tracker down to lightly wounded. Weren't hit before. Rolled really low. That had a chance to get all the way up to 11 damage.
Yeah,
if you
that
had
would
3,
have
that would
done
have
a couple of them.
2 down. Okay. You get hit. Probably it's not much, so probably right on your feet. Like you're running and you feel it kind of start to burn your feet, sizzles. You're probably high stepping. You make it to the grass turf leading up onto the thing. Adarag's heaving this unconscious corpse of Izzy up onto the edge, probably turning back and reaching for your hand. Can I get an athletics check from one of you? You guys choose who. Actually, no, I'm not gonna allow that. I'm gonna allow Adarag. I need an athletics check from you. But Gnimwirt, you're able to assist by rolling a 1d10 and giving him a 1d10. Hopefully it's better.
Okay.
You're just gonna
Don't
roll.
even need it.
Don't even need it. But maybe you get a better.
Maybe you a crit.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it can give you a crit, but we got a 10, so you don't want that. Okay, so it's okay. Adarag's able to pull you up. He gets you up onto the land. You look back, and this is where you hear it. Ding, 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 ding. Over here, fucker! Ding, ding, ding. As Dibs comes sprinting, leaping off the path. Ding, 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 ding. Running through the swamp. Just high stepping, quick feet. Ah!
Dibs.
And he takes off running east. And without a sound, monster turns and follows. Adarag, you sit back on the grass. The unconscious Izzy laying next to you. And Gnimwirt, you're safe and sound. Probably scuffing off some of the acid off your boot. Your mud boots are tarnished. But otherwise, you're safe and sound.
Do I need to delete them or?
Ruined. They have the ruined quality. They can be repaired.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to do that.
If anyone, you have the ability to do so. So.
Yep.
Really, that won't be a huge loss to you, I would imagine. It took
I'm
me
just
like 2
adding a
seconds to
note.
make them. No, yeah, it's good. It's good to know. Cool. All right. I'm glad that didn't totally. That worked out. You guys are great.
Yeah.
You've lost Dibs. Dibs has left the party.
Dibs is gone.
Dibs just earned some respect.
I didn't like you till you sacrificed yourself for us, and now you're all right. That leaves you guys sitting on the high road.
Adarag's just panting because he's a halfling that just ran the equivalent of a quarter mile with dragging a human child. And
yeah, about your size, yeah. We're 30 minutes into the session. You guys just survived your first dragon. What do you do?
So it's a dragon.
Yeah, it's a swamp dragon.
Yeah, it's basically a
Dragon.
corrupted, tainted swamp dragon, is what you guys could tell from a quick glance at it.
Man, masters of camouflage, apparently.
It's one with its terrain.
All right, then, now that we're kind of at a stable location, for the most part, maybe.
Yeah, I'll let you breathe.
I'm going to check on Izzy, see if I can feel a pulse, or just make sure that she's see if I can feel any signs of life.
Absolutely. You're not trained in it. You're not good at it. You're not trying to heal her in any way. So just give me a basic standard awareness check. Give her a 1 silver. While he's doing this, Gnimwirt, what's your plan?
I think at first I'm gonna help him try to help the child.
Perfect. He needs it. Roll a d10. Adarag, she's dead. Like, no! And then it changes. You needed a 55. You got a 75. But then Gnimwirt walks over and changes that to a 25. Now you succeed. And you're like, oh, wait, no, she's not dead.
Oh, wait.
So
wait.
the D10 that replaces the first, the tens digit of his roll?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So when he rolled an 18 earlier, you could have given him
108.
108.
Okay.
That wouldn't have helped. But in this situation, he rolled a 75. You changed it to a 25. So now he's
Got
succeeded.
it. So he doesn't have to take it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're like, she's dead. Oh wait, no, she's all right.
Wait.
I had
wait,
the
no, there's a
wrong.
pulse.
Yeah. You're like,
she's
I don't
she's
feel
dead.
a pulse.
That's your own arm.
Well, why don't I feel my pulse? This is terrible. No, she's not dead. She does just seem unconscious, and with the 25, you're able to tell it's probably just adrenaline. Like she's probably terrified, scared. It looks like she was muddy. She looked like she was partially dragged through the mud and everything, and then all this happenstance. She's probably just tuckered out. Seems to be unconscious.
Gnimwirt noticing that she's probably okay. She's not I don't notice any serious signs of she's about to die.
Yeah, she doesn't look injured.
I'm gonna change my focus. I'm gonna start looking around and fashioning a sort of ghillie suit for both of us.
Ooh.
So that we blend in more with our surrounding and hopefully have better stealth.
You guys are going full. What's that dude from Hunger Games where he just paints himself?
Yeah. Exactly. I'm trying to do the highest tech ghillie suit I can do to blend in with the swamp.
Okay, I gotta remember exactly how we're doing this. I know it's a tradecraft skill, and I know you have to give yourself a plus 5% to your base chance modifier.
So I also have
it is flip to succeed.
God,
there's so many bonuses. It's so broken.
If I succeed, it's a crit success.
I feel like he's cheating, but he's not. I helped make his character. It's all correct. So
yeah, so tradecraft is plus 15, flip to succeed,
yeah,
and if I succeed, it's a crit.
yeah, that's insane.
And I can find resources needed for construction.
Yeah, and you have no problem finding all the resources because you're trying to blend in with your environment. You can find plenty of your environment, so absolutely. So when you go to roll, make sure you change that base chance modifier up to a +5 because you already get a +10 from your tradecraft. And then make sure you change the flip to succeed.
Okay. And then standard everywhere else.
Standard everywhere else. Of course, it's a success. Yeah, go figure. All right, so I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't. I don't think it actually flipped it. Did it?
I rolled a 64, so yeah, it did.
Where do you see that?
So you click on the chance percentage, and it'll show you the roll.
Ah, there it is. Okay, yeah. So you rolled a 64, flipped it to 46. Okay, so I just want to make sure it was doing it, so I know for future. So you needed a 61 or less. You got a 46 at this point. You critical success. Not only are you able to make one suit, you're able to make two, and it doesn't really take much time at all. In the time that he's doing this, what is Adarag doing?
Adarag is probably starting to question, like, he doesn't see. He probably is a little oblivious to the whatever the gnome is doing behind him, and he's kind of pondering whether he should be continuing onward or trying to get Izzy back to safety before trying to continue.
Okay, so you're coming up with a kind of the go forward strategy. Gnimwirt, you can note this down, and if you're making a suit for Adarag as well, you can note this down. Whenever I have you guys roll stealth, or whenever you guys are going to roll stealth, because you critically succeed, instead of it just being a routine easy, it's going to be, basically, your stealths are going to be 1 check easier, but because you critically succeed, it's going to be 2 checks easier. So say it's a standard roll, it'll now be an easy roll. And say it's an arduous roll, now it's only going to be a challenging roll. It's always 2 tiers easier than whatever I tell you it's going to be.
So I'm going to add the trapping.
He just crafted you like a magic item. He's like, oh, wow.
Is this armor or what? I don't know.
No, it's not going to give you any armor.
Okay, so trapping, I'm just going to call it swamp suit.
Yeah, swamp suit works. Ghillie suit works. So it's basically a ghillie suit +2.
Is that an actual item that's out there?
Maybe. Probably. Well, I mean, it is now.
All right. Swamp suit. Okay.
You invented it.
So yeah, Adam, you got that too. Yeah, I'm still figuring out the item stuff here, how to like add notes and stuff. Description.
Yeah, it's fun. You can get pretty detailed with it.
So it gives 2 easier challenge ratings.
Basically,
when stealthing.
Yeah, ups the challenge or decreases the challenge rating by 2, however you want to say that.
Okay, and then could I also try to mend my boots?
You can. Give me another same tradecraft skill. Adarag, this is going to take some time. So in this time, what have you decided as far as your plan, your strategy?
So I think Adarag right now, like seeing how tough he's kind of starting to come to grips with just how overplayed he's made himself. He's probably thinking right now would be a good time to maybe at least try to get Izzy back to the folks that were doing like the hunting for shellfish by the river. Try to get her back to her family at this point, and maybe try to pick up the because I'd imagine we're also probably getting pretty late in the day.
It's definitely going on evening. Yeah. It's definitely, you guys have been out here. You've been this is taking on. Plus, you guys are a little tired. I mean, you just sprinted, carrying this girl across the climbing up and adrenaline and all that. It's up to you, man. Push on. Try and find Griff. Griff's still out there. Or bring Izzy back. What has Adarag decided? Gnimwirt isn't available at this time. He's currently busy. He's in the zone.
Adarag is right now leaning towards he's leaning towards taking her back to the village people just to make sure that he could at least keep one person safe. And then but he's probably not made up his mind entirely yet. He would like to hear the input of Gnimwirt, the person who hired him.
Okay. And you still have plenty of time. He's still busy working on the suits. Like,
Still
what
busy
else
on
would
that?
you like to do?
I think I'm going to be looking around for anything that may be of value that I might be able to start like trading in town for other materials. Maybe because I'd imagine like with it being as dangerous as it is out here, maybe there's some materials that he might be able to. There might be some materials out here that he might be able to fetch a good trade price for.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Roll me a standard awareness check if you don't mind.
Okay.
And Gnimwirt, your tradecraft, wow, okay. You needed a 61 or less, you got an 8. I think you succeeded. Not only that, you again critically succeed. So, I don't know what else I can give you on these boots. Your boots are perfect condition.
That's fine.
Yeah. You have super boots that fly. I don't know. They're perfect condition. You couldn't even tell.
You're a hoverboard now.
Yeah, you win. You always you win. I don't know. Adarag, you're checking the area. You kind of wander off the trail, kind of checking the fauna, checking the area, seeing maybe if they drop something. Those creatures over there. And what you see off in the distance is in the fading sunlight. Something glints in the sunlight. Like you catch just the slightest glint. It's not too far away, but it's through the swamp a little ways. Again, this would be northeast from you.
Northeast. Okay.
Yeah, something glints. There's something shiny
Something glitters.
out there. Yeah. Not too far away, but a little distance.
Yeah, Adarag's going to go towards it. Try to see what it is.
Okay. At this point, Gnimwirt, you're still working on your stuff, working on your suits, working on your boots. Adarag, you're pushing on. They're in a safe spot, at least for now, as far as you can tell. You're leaving Izzy with him. You kind of slide back down into the muck. Move northeast towards this glint.
Head on a swivel, but yeah.
Absolutely. As you move up, you see what looks to be a small clearing, and it doesn't look like a natural clearing. It looks like basically from your awareness check, I'm going to keep your awareness check for this one. You need a 55 or less, got a 46 success there. It looks like combat happened here and it cleared the area. Most likely, from what you could tell, had to do with the swamp dragon thing. It's big enough to where if it was thrashing around, it would clear an area. Near the middle of this area, you see what looks to be a statue. Yeah, you're looking at it from the back, and you can't really tell. You're still a little ways off. You haven't entered the clearing at this point. This is all up to you. I'm going to leave it up to you. But you see what looks to be a statue. In a weird pose. Odd.
In a weird pose. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to... And so I'm kind of in the tree line still.
I would imagine, yeah, unless it's up to you, like where you want to move to.
Yeah, I'll be kind of
move in, whatever you want to do.
I'll be kind of in the tree line here, and
I'm
going to try to.
From your awareness check, you aren't perceiving anything like threats currently.
Gotcha. Okay. Then yeah, I think Adarag is still gonna be a little cautious, so he's gonna kind of hug the tree line and try to get around to the front side to take a look at it from like the face on.
Absolutely. Are you trying to be stealthy?
Yes, because I'm still unsure about what's going on. Go ahead and give me a stealth check.
And at this point, you haven't received the new suit.
Yellow suit.
So roll. We're gonna go standard stealth check across the board.
Standard across. Okay.
Okay. By one, you need a 51. You got a 52. You have 3 more fortune points if you guys choose to spend them.
Oh, you guys toss one back? All right.
I believe so.
I didn't get to use it because it was a crit fail.
Oh,
So we
right.
only used one.
Right.
Wait, no, you guys have 3 total. Excuse me. So you have 2 left.
2
Apologies,
left, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
All right.
Oh my God.
Got a 69. That's kind of a success.
Nice.
That should just always succeed.
It really should. Maybe
House
we'll
rule.
make a home rule. Yeah. I didn't do it for the other group, but maybe going into Adventure 2, like house rule 69 always wins. That's like its own crit success or something.
Yeah, that's a
Or
double
maybe
crit
it's a
success.
fail if it's a fail, but maybe it like succeeds in like a different way. Like it doesn't work, but it works. Something else works or something. I
Okay,
don't know.
yeah.
Yeah.
You just
because
get
it's-
laid.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere.
You just get laid. Well, I was gonna say it's like it's not a success, but it is a success. So basically, it's flip flopped.
Ah,
But anyways, so you move around. You think you're being stealthy.
I
You're
think
not.
so.
You're not. You don't think anything else has spotted you.
Mhm.
You move around to the front of the statue, and what you're able to perceive. Give me actually because of this. You move to the front. Give me an awareness check, and let's bring it up to an easy check. Now that you're at the front, you're able to perceive a bit more.
Okay. And easy.
This is just going to give me there's no fail here. This is just going to give me an idea of how much you are able to take in.
Oh,
98. Okay.
wow.
Not much. Like I said, there's no fail here, so now I got to figure out how to play that in. So you get around to the front of the statue, and what you can tell is it looks like it was crafted to look like a human. Some kind of humanoid. Still in a weird pose. It still looks weird. Maybe you can't tell what age it could be from. You can't tell who it might be of. You can't tell from here if there's a placard or any kind of discerning details to it. But what you can tell from this is that it's in a pose that basically looks like that. And for anyone listening, basically it's standing up straight, left hand outstretched behind it, right hand kind of in a fist flexing in front of it.
Okay.
What do you
Well, I'm gonna now start from the tree line. I'm gonna start walking up towards it, going up to it.
do? Okay. Moving up to it, I'm not going to need an awareness check from you. You basically are moving up to get an awareness check on it, right? So, free
Yeah.
awareness check. You walk up to it. Now, this thing looks granite in composition.
Mhm.
And it looks human. Male. And very clear detail. Very masterwork. Hand craftsmanship. Lifelike almost. As this man stands there, arm behind him outstretched, hand up at the ready, you can see in his hand is a dagger. Pointing out in front of him, looks like he's in combat. From that dagger, looks like some dried, black-green tainted ichor, I think is the right word.
Yeah.
Ooze that is kind of attached to this dagger. Behind him, you see skeletons, bones, kind of crumpled in a pile behind him. What looks to be a hand still gripped in this statue, crumpled on the ground. What would you like to do? You can investigate the statue more. You can investigate the bones. You can investigate the dagger, or literally anything else. But those three, think of this as a point and click. You got those 3 dialogue options, and then let's talk about something else.
Gotcha. I'm gonna look at the dagger.
Okay.
Yep.
To the dagger. Again, granite. No, excuse me. Sorry. Dagger is a normal weapon. It looks like it looks like someone crafted the statue and like had a dagger as like one of the props with the statue. So where like you'd see a statue holding a real sword, this is a statue holding a real dagger. And from that dagger, you do see that the tip, basically the entirety of the blade of the dagger is coated in this weird black-green dried ichor. It looks basically, since you're up close and looking at it, it looks very similar to what you saw of the swamp dragon.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, that's what you're gonna get from the dagger there.
Okay, so it looks like the stuff that we saw coming out of the.
At this point,
swamp dragon.
Gnimwirt, you've got your two suits kind of laid out. You're letting them kind of soak in the sun, dry out, kind of make sure that they're good, and you're going to work on your boots.
Sweet.
Okay. Let's see. Would I have like an empty jar from like the jar of smoked meats that I had?
Yeah, absolutely. If you keep your jars,
empty one? Yeah. Okay, so I'd like to use one of my empty jars to try to like scrape some of this ichor off into the jar.
Okay.
Maybe using like the lid to kind of like scrape it and have the glass to kind of catch it.
Yeah, I like it. Give me. Nah, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna say that you're working hard. You're using your resources. I'm gonna allow it. You've used the lid to kind of scrape. It's not like solid. It's more like Play-Doh would be the texture that I would imagine. Because it is dry. Like it seems a little bit older. But it's not like fossilized or anything. So you're able to like scrape it off the dagger into this jar. Sealing up, and now you can put in your inventory. You have a jar of a black-green ichor. Tar would be another good reference.
Okay.
I'll give him one more action, and then Gnimwirt, you'll be done with your boots, all right?
No, that's all good.
What else does Adarag do? Got some options.
Adarag is going to investigate the bones next.
Okay. So yeah, at the base of this granite, I had to get there. Granite statue. Again, left hand outstretched behind him. Looks like child's bones. Gripped in the left hand, skeleton arm, the rest is detached, and the pile of bones lays at the base of it. Looks to be, you're not a medical professional, but you could tell as child's bones are obviously a lot smaller. If it, human, most likely, humanoid, be many one, it could be maybe a gnome? They look like children, they could be.
It's a small.
Yeah. You see that. You see scratch marks in the ground around the statue. And that's about it. The bones are all about, kind of sun bleached.
Unbleached
a little bit.
Been here for a while, and okay. Do I see any other like ichor on the ground nearby?
No. Some spray, not enough to really collect. It's been mixed in with the mud, but some spray, which looks like. Give me an awareness check, standard. Fail. You need a 55. You got a 76, unless you want to reroll. What it looks like is there's some spray mixed in with the mud. You can see like little traces of this black and green kind of ooze, but it's contaminated in with the ground enough to where you wouldn't be able to really scrape it up. It's pretty well meshed together, whatever that word is. Combined, whatever.
Yep. Emulsified.
Sure, that sounds like a good word. And Gnimwirt, you're finished up with your boots. You look around, and Adarag's gone.
So I didn't see where he went.
You guys are teammates. You guys have bonded. I'd say you saw him slide off the path and kind of head in the northeastern direction for sure.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and don my swamp suit.
Okay.
And then check on Izzy and see if she's still unconscious or.
She is, but at this point, it seems like she's more in a peaceful sleep. She's kind of like curled up.
Okay. Okay.
So at some point, she must have come to, rolled over, kind of curled up, and went back to sleep.
Okay. For now, I'm gonna take the other ghillie suit that I made and just put it over her as like a blanket almost.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna look around, see if I you said I know where Adarag went. I'll look in that direction and then just look around, make sure there's nothing else that I see.
Okay. Give me an awareness check standard. What you can see.
I see a little silhouette of a man. Scaramouche, Scaramouche, can you do the fandango?
You need a 42. With a 38, you succeed. Not only do you not see any threats currently around you, you see the glint in some sunlight up ahead with Adarag kind of looking around at it.
Okay, I'm gonna sneak my way off towards him.
Absolutely. Standard stealth check, which would then be not a standard for you.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, that works.
Yes.
Jesus. Needed a 63 or less. Got a 50.
Oh.
Success. You head off. Adarag, what are you doing now?
All right. So looked at the bones, looked at the blade. I'm going to do a more close-up inspection of this statue that's sitting here.
All right. Okay.
Do rumor or something?
Rumor? Trying to gain some secrets from him? Hey, man.
Hey, buddy.
Who's the king in this area? Tell me. he doesn't tell you.
What's the password?
Yeah, he doesn't tell you. Studying the statue. Give me an awareness. Give me an awareness check. Standard.
Yep. There we go.
Needed a 55 or less. Got a 15. Damn. Damn. With that, you're
nearsighted.
You're looking at the statue, and as you're looking at the statue, you see Gnimwirt creeping up through the bushes, coming out into the. He's probably stepping out into the open, kind of the clearing as I described it, and so he's not as blended in because now he's in the middle of the clearing.
But you barely see me because I've got my swamp suit on.
True, except you rolled a 50 and he rolled a 15. So he does see you. He's like,
all right.
I see you.
What's that bush doing over there?
Yeah, why is there a bush moving through the glade towards me? And you're probably not hiding from Adarag. You're hiding from everything else. So once you see Adarag, you probably like stood up and he's like, that's a walking bush.
just for flavor, I'm gonna say that these suits, like, I made them in such a way that they can they can appear like different things. So like maybe it's a tree, or maybe it's a bush, or maybe if you lay down, it just looks like mud. Like,
I can see it.
Just
so
for fun, you know.
I'm gonna go with those three. You either stand straight and like close, and you'll get a tree. Crouch and kind of duck, and you become a bush, or you just lay out flat and become moss on the ground, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna allow those three. So you just see this tree walking towards you. You did see him making these suits, so you're probably like, I have a feeling I know who that is.
Probably shouldn't shoot it.
From the statue, what you're able to garner with the garner, not garter. That's on the wife's
Garters?
leg.
Yeah.
I've got many.
I think I got yours. Well, not yours. That'd be weird. But
Yeah, you did. And I think I got your sister's.
Yours worked out. Isn't mine supposed to get me married or something?
Yeah, well, there's still time.
I remember Brittany was so mad that I caught the thing with that because, or not Brittany, her guy, whatever his name is, because he was gonna propose to her and he was like gonna catch it and have it be able, and I stole it from him. He was pretty mad. I remember there was something about that. Anyways, not like actually mad, but I ruined his little thing. Anyway, So from the statue, you could tell that this granite is not man-made. This is, which you may have already perceived, but basically someone didn't craft this statue. It was an instant boom.
Petrification.
It's there.
Mm-hmm.
You're able to tell that the look on his face looks like success. This man looks like he just accomplished what he was trying to accomplish. Like, it was successful, but yet still, here he is. And Gnimwirt walks up. The tree walks up. The very, very, very short tree.
It's me.
Oh wait, no, he's at eye level.
Yeah, not short to you, but just to all the other trees. It's a very short one.
This is a sapling.
I would love for Torvik or Gnimwirt Grunkle to run into you guys and just this very short tree is like, I'm a tree. And they're like, no, you're not. Grunkle's like, no, I've seen trees. You're like, no, I'm a tree. You don't see me.
It's a shrubbery.
I'm like, no, it really does look like a tree. Like, I'm fooled. Like, I definitely rolled lower than him. This is a tree, but it's a weird fucking looking tree. Anyways, Gnimwirt walks up. What do you guys do?
Oh, what did you find over here, Adarag?
Well, here, maybe you can make something with this. And I hand him the jar of ichor.
I look at it. What is this from?
Well, it was on the dagger, and it appears to be some sort of goop. I think it may have been from that monster we just ran away from.
I'm gonna look at the statue and I'm gonna try to see if it looks like it's been crafted or if it looks like it was an actual person turned to stone by something.
Yeah, you can give me an awareness check for that.
Unless we already know that.
To Adarag, he could answer that in a way that it still looks like a statue. And the idea of someone just happening would be weird. But it looks like maybe magic, like it instantly they created a statue. Going off your 42, you need going off your 32 when you need to do a 42 or less, you succeed. This looks very human-like. To where it wouldn't be a far-fetched idea to think that this was human turned granite.
Okay. I'm gonna look around the area and see if I see tracks that match what the monster that attacked us looked like.
Absolutely. Easy check. Don't even need the. Yeah, very obviously this thing has been through.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Adarag, I think I left Izzy on the path covered in your ghillie suit. We should probably get back to her and get her to safety, and then we can figure out our plan moving forward. What do you say?
Sounds like a plan. I take the dagger as I'm leaving, or try to take the dagger as I'm leaving.
Currently gripped in stone.
Gripped in stone?
Yeah.
Okay.
But, I mean, granite's not immune.
I have a bad idea and a worse idea.
I'm ready. What does Adarag do? What does Gnimwirt do? Gnimwirt just watching as Adarag gets this sly, weird smile on his face.
Yeah, I'm just watching his face, thinking, "Oh no, oh god."
Let's see. I am going to use a shepherd's sling to try to, to try to like throw a rock and hit the hand to try to break it off or break the fist.
Okay.
Sort of.
Go ahead and roll an attack.
Trying to find that shepherd's sling. There it is.
While he's doing that, Wrath,
Yeah,
Would
bud.
you mind adding the swamp dragon to the bestiary so we could see his picture?
Absolutely, I can. Bestiary, there it is. Add page.
Thanks.
Just standard across the board for the shepherd sling.
Yes, sir.
Oh my gosh.
How'd you do? I can't see right now.
Critical failure 100.
Oh.
What? How?
What were you trying to do? Sorry, I missed this.
I was just trying to hit the I was just trying to hit the hand silently. I wasn't trying to use a pistol or anything to try to knock.
No.
Now, unfortunately, you are not a trained fighter with your shepherd sling.
Well, I have simple range.
Roll again.
Okay.
Needed a 52 or less, got a 100. Okay.
There we go.
You were hoping not to hit. Roll damage. All right. You go to throw. It ricochets off the statue and hits you in the head for 5 damage.
Oh no.
This item you could try and dodge.
Yeah.
You have
I'm
it
gonna
is
try-
a fast weapon. So you have a -10 base chance to dodge your own attack.
Yeah.
Gnimwirt's just face palming. I just look disappointed in my ally. It's like, oh, God.
So it's a challenging dodge.
Yeah. The dodge challenging. But you succeed.
Yes.
You need a 41 or less, got a 34. The rock ricochets. You dive out of the way.
And it hits Gnimwirt. No.
No, I thought about it, but because I was like, okay, what do I do with a 100? I was like, you text Gnimwirt, but I don't want you guys to be like hurting each other. So I was like, he hits himself. Genius. Nope, you dive out of the way. You avoided the attack. Good job. You dodged your own attack.
Go.
See, Adarag dives into the dirt. Gnimwirt is standing there watching him.
I think I dive too.
You both dive in the dirt. I love it. Yeah.
Did I at least knock anything loose?
Almost yourself, but no, not at all.
Okay.
It hit the stone, but it doesn't look like it did anything. Where it hit.
I'm trying to take better notes this time.
Gnimwirt dives in the dirt, and you don't see him anymore.
Just gone.
Disappears.
All of a sudden, the rug stands up. You're like, what?
Out of frustration, I think he's going to try to just bare hand punch the rock.
Bare hand punch it. Okay, yeah, let's roll for it. I can't ricochet. Oh, boom, boom.
He's just upset. This might just hurt him, but he's just upset.
I'm ready for it. Wow.
Yeah.
Needed a 52 or less, got an 83. You can always reroll. It's not a crit fail. He takes it. Needed a 52 or less, got a 62, and you guys are officially out of fortune points.
For the record, Adarag spends all our fortune points.
I do.
I'll be honest. When I attacked and hit Gnimwirt with the acidic spittle, and you rolled damage, I should have used my misfortune to max out that damage, and I didn't. I didn't think about it. I could have made it an exploding dice, and it would have done a bunch of damage, and I didn't. I thought about it afterwards, and I was like, dang it.
Well, we've got 2 hours left, and you have 3 to use, so.
Yeah, buddy.
Thanks to our friend who's wanting a dagger.
You go to punch the stone, you hurt your hand, like, ah, you punch it again, you hurt your hand, you're like, ah! It doesn't, none but loose.
I'm gonna walk over and put my hand on his shoulder and start dragging him away. And say, we need to go.
Do you go willingly, Adarag? Or not?
No.
Okay.
Because
With that, Gnimwirt, he doesn't seem to be wanting to go willingly. Do you contest it?
I say, look, I don't have time for this. We have an unconscious child on the road, and we set out to find another child that we still haven't found. This needs to be our priority. And apparently there's a dragon in these woods that's hunting us. So,
Adarag, do you want him to have to roll to convince you? Or you can RP.
That was a pretty convincing argument. But he's right now. Adarag is just like trying to get some win out of this, and it's just not happening for him.
So what does Adarag do?
Defeatedly, he's like, "I understand, sir, but I was really hoping to come back with something to trade in town for. But I guess we'll just have to get the young Izzy back to her folks."
Before we, well, yeah, no, never mind. Oh, okay, I was gonna say.
Sorry, you're waiting on me. I'm waiting on you guys. I don't know what you're doing.
Is there any sort of? There's no like inscription or anything on the statue. There's no writing anywhere, or like.
Roll an awareness check. Critical success. 42 or less. Got an 11. That's a win. Woo! No, there isn't. But I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. But there is nearby. You see an ashen tree. In part of the encircling of this glade, you see an ashen tree, and in that ashen tree, you see very clearly carved into the ashen tree. Sorry, there.
Where are we looking?
You don't see it. You didn't roll for it. Toughnut sees it.
Okay, I'm going to put that in my notes.
Okay.
And I'm gonna pull out a piece of parchment, and I'm going to.
This is probably as you guys. No, I'm just saying this is probably like as you guys are turning to leave. Like Adarag's walking out, probably head hung low. Gnimwirt kind of looks back just to like, is there anything? And you see past the statue, like on an ashen tree, you see that.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull out a piece of parchment, and I'm going to take like a piece of charcoal or something, and just like go over the parchment, holding it up against the tree so I can inscribe the rune on the parchment.
Absolutely, you can. And at this point, Adarag, you probably see that he's
walking
past the statue. Yeah, he walks back to the statue, but then ends up walking past the statue over to an ashen tree, currently covering up anything that would be on the ashen tree. Do you join him or keep walking, or what's your plan? You wait for him?
I'm going to join him because I thought that we were supposed to be going somewhere, and yet this guy's walking the other way, so I'm going to be like walking behind him.
I noticed this thing, and I think as I'm like copying down this rune on the like getting it on the parchment, I'm going to just say like, look, I know you wanted to bring something back to be able to sell in town. I've got some ideas on how we could make some serious cash in town. And I also have a feeling that we could do something with this rune. But I think we need to get going. We need to get Izzy to safety.
I'm really curious to hear these plans.
Did we have a God's journal in here somewhere?
Yes, I took it away because I'm working on updating it. What question do you have?
I was wondering if that has anything to do with my, the one that I had a run-in with.
The god you had a run-in with?
Yeah. The one that's cursed my family?
Oh!
Recognizing the rune.
No, you don't recognize the room.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you that one, not even a roll. Basically, I'm gonna be reaching out to you guys this week. I took this book away from you guys because I'm gonna be reaching out to you this week and figure out if you guys worship gods, if you grew up religious, so on and so forth. Figure out how much you actually know about these gods. Because I don't want to just give you everything and then you guys are like, "Well, I'm not actually religious," and you're like, "How do you know all this then?"
Yeah.
So that's something that I'm gonna be reaching out to you guys this week with. You guys will have access to your knowledge of the gods next week.
Okay. Yeah,
Gotcha.
I have ideas for that for Gnimwirt, so that's good.
Okay, perfect. We'll talk.
Cool.
So I'm gonna roll up this parchment now that's got this rune on it, and I'll shove it in my bag. And I'll turn and put my hand on Adarag's shoulder. Are you with me, or are you gonna stay?
I'm with you.
Okay.
And start walking.
Yeah, so we'll walk back up towards where Izzy was.
All right. People are questioning your writing kit, but I'm showing them that you do have a writing kit. You're good.
Who's
like,
questioning that?
They're like, wait a second. Does he have where did he get the charcoal from? It's a good question, but Gnimwirt's actually covered because he does have a writing kit. My games are very serious. I wouldn't let them get away with cheating. So you guys are heading back towards Izzy, the sleeping girl, the girl taking a nap that you left in the middle of the swamp. She's still there. You guys make it back to the path and
I think they were not parents.
Yeah, climb back up onto the path and you see that she's kind of pulled the thing up. It's definitely starting to get cold as the sun is now setting.
Okay. Adarag's gonna pick her up, and
you guys very easily see that the light is fading and you guys are in a swamp and very quickly it's getting darker and darker and darker.
Yeah. So
Adarag, put on this suit I made you, and I hand it over to him.
Adarag puts it on.
Yep, you don the suit. You already know what it does.
I'll help Adarag carry Izzy, and I think we're gonna head back towards the people that were in the coast where
Absolutely.
Doing the mollusk hunting.
Yeah. You guys turn to head south. Following the path that you guys followed up here, that Dibs had shown you guys. You guys make your way in no light. Do either of you have dark
I have
vision?
torches.
You have torches. Okay. So you go ahead.
And candles.
Are you planning on lighting those up? Either of them? I need to know which, if any.
Okay. Let's see. I would like to go with the.
Are you reading chat?
No.
Oh, I was like, what are you laughing at? Because I'm laughing at chat.
Yeah, I'm going to use one of my torches.
Going to use torches? Okay.
Yeah.
So you're lighting up a torch, probably carrying it one-handed, helping carry Izzy one-handed, and Gnimwirt, you're carrying Izzy.
Kind of lighting the way.
Yeah, I'm helping carry Izzy, and
one torch will be enough for you guys.
Yeah, I'm not gonna light anything. I don't have any that stuff.
One torch will be enough for you guys, so you don't have to worry about that. It's lighting up enough around you to where you can see the path in front of you. It's not a whole lot. You're not getting a lot of light from this, or maybe the darkness is just... It seems like the darkness is trying to crush your light. That's almost the vibe you guys are getting, like the feeling you're getting in your skin and like the hair on the back of your neck. It feels like the darkness is trying to snuff out this light, but you've got enough to where it... Think of it as like a torch would light up, what, a 10-foot radius in D&D. Here, you're getting like a 3-foot radius. It just doesn't feel like you're getting as much from your torch, but it's enough.
Gotcha.
All right, so you guys have made it back to Izzy. You guys are in the middle of the swamp in the Freelands. You've survived Swamp Dragon. You lost Dibs, who led the Swamp Dragon off eastward. After it was engaged trying to hunt you guys and attack you guys, spitting acid even enough to damage Gnimwirt, who barely escaped by luck of the dice, really, and luck of your DM not remembering that he had a misfortune point. Lucky you, man. Not only that, you guys discovered a strange... I keep messing up. A strange what statue?
Granite.
Granite statue, thank you. A strange granite statue in the middle of a small disturbed clearing, attached to some bones and a dagger coated in ichor, no longer, now contained in a jar in Gnimwirt's inventory. You guys make it back to the path, climbing back up, scrambling back up the side of this like earthen high rise, not high rise, you know what I'm talking about. Onto the more solid footing ground. You guys climb out of the muck. You're no longer walking through, knee high guck. There's Izzy, curled up in pulling the suit over her. I believe Adarag just walked up and ripped that suit off of her and put it on himself.
Yes, just in that exact violent fashion.
Absolutely. You guys picked Izzy up. She seems coherent, but pretty out of it. She's very tired, very tuckered. She's like, kind of dazed and confused as you guys jointly, between the three of you, head south with torch in hand. On your guys' way south. Things do not go to plan. Go figure.
Uh-huh.
As you guys are moving, you guys see, and this comes across Adarag, who I'm assuming is leading with the torch.
Yep.
As you're moving along, you see the path in front of you coated in blood. This wasn't here when you guys came through before. It's almost as if you guys passed this area and then a tree fell, and when you came back, now there's a tree fallen. And shout out to real world experiences. So God, that was.
And then you turn around and there's another tree.
Yeah, I still can't get over that. We'll talk about the story later. We told it before, but man, it's still probably one of. I've done a lot of weird stuff in my life and had a lot of adventures. That's still one of my favorite
That
stories.
sticks out.
It's crazy. It's just like who would believe that? Like, how does that even happen? Anyways,
It was pretty crazy.
yeah, and also our cell service was bad. We're calling up tough, and it's like help, and trees are everywhere. We don't know. Anyways, so you guys, you're come across this, and you probably stop, kind of noticing that the trail is coated in blood. And I need an awareness check. Actually, I'm going to ask you this. Is this something you want to investigate, or is this something you're going to keep moving? I've allowed you to stop at this point, and how would you like to react to that?
Adarag's probably just going to point it out to Gnimwirt, because he's starting to see, like, his plans are not going as well as they should be. So he's going to point it out to Gnimwirt and see what his thoughts are. Gnimwirt, I think we have some trail of blood up here. What do you say?
Okay. I'll quickly look as we're walking, but I'm not going to spend a ton of time to like investigate heavily. Like I want to keep moving. So if I notice anything while we're kind of moving through,
it looks fresh, and the trail leads east in a very disturbed pattern. Not disturbed like a dragon, disturbed like a person wasn't trying to be stealthy, and like just there's a light trail of blood moving east. Did I say west? East. Kind of off the trail and fresh. That's what you notice in a quick glance.
Adarag, it looks like this just recently happened. I'm torn. I want to get Izzy to safety, but if we don't follow this trail now, then I'm worried we may not be able to find it in the future. What do you think? It could be Griff or Mateo. I don't know.
Exactly what I was thinking, sir. If you'd let me, I think we should follow this one.
Okay, let's commit to it. But if there's any trouble, anything like that last time, we're out.
Aye, sir.
Okay.
So Adarag leads the party. Where does he go?
Following the blood trail.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not even going to take a roll. It's very easy to follow. Someone who isn't very well covering their tracks. The two gilly swamp monsters and the tired girl, torch in hand. You guys move off the path once again, heading east. So I should title this "All Roads Lead East." You guys head off the path heading east, easily able to follow the crushed undergrowth kind of thing, and you can see the blood splatters as you're moving along. It's now dark.
Mhm.
It's nighttime, like it's sunset. You guys follow this for a good half hour, give or take. Feels like the path starts to, like, the ground starts to go uphill, but only slightly. But you can feel the change, like you guys are going up in elevation a little bit. After going a little bit further, you guys get to the point where you've been going. You're like, maybe we should just turn back. Like, we've been going a little. It's been a while. And at this point, Adarag, you spot what looks to be. I'll need an awareness check if you want to get more from this. It looks to be cave dug out into the side of a hill. It almost looks like. Again, it's dark and your torch isn't lighting it much, so you're squinting, trying to see shapes in the dark. It could be your eyes playing tricks on you.
All right. Yeah, we'll do a roll.
Okay. 55 needed a 55 or less, got a 25. It looks like a cave, but as you squint and really peer in, probably holding your torch out of your face, not right here, you're squinting, and it doesn't look deep. It looks like the entrance to a cave, and that's it. Probably more of a alcove. The word I'm looking for.
Okay.
And your trail leading directly to it.
Okay.
Inside that alcove, you see the flicker of light.
Flicker of light. Okay.
Real quick.
All right. So, sir, I think I see something up ahead.
Okay. I'm worried if we take our torch too much farther, something might see us. Do you think we could navigate this in the dark?
Well, I do see a flicker of light up ahead. We may be able to make it there by moonlight, and seeing that little glimpse out there, it might be easier to see with the lights off. But, sir, I got to warn you, I'm a tad afraid of the dark.
That's fair. I would be afraid in this swamp too, based on our current situation. I just don't know that we can.
Well, how about
this person that has led us here? It looks like they're injured, which makes me think they wouldn't be hostile to friendly folk. I don't know if that's true or not, but maybe I can roll insight or something.
how about this, sir?
I would give you a scrutinize if you want to perceive more of what you would get from
okay. Hold on.
Success. You need a 52 or less. Wow, you got a good scrutinize. 52 or less, you got a 24. You guys are getting all the successes now. You spent the first half of the game getting all fails.
all fails.
All successes.
To be fair, we were failing in front of a dragon.
Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, that's why I was over here like, oh, you didn't want that. So I have stuff I want to talk about, and under the table it's gonna be great. Okay, so you succeed. Basically, if it's a human and they were injured and they made it to this and they're hiding, yeah, they'd probably be like, yes, please help. Like, I'm so glad you guys showed up. If it's an animal and they're injured, and they're backed into a corner, it could be a different story.
Have we noticed the tracks? Like, because we've been following a trail for 30 minutes.
True. It's very sloshed. It looks both. You see animal tracks and what looks like some humanoid tracks. Some small boot print, or not small, but some boot prints kind of mushed in with some animal prints mushed in.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it's a human with their dog companion or something. I don't know.
Well, how about this, sir? If we'll walk up to it, and then if things get really bad, I can throw the torch at it to distract it, and we can use these nice suits you made us to try to hide.
If you throw the torch, how are we going to get back?
I've
We
got
have
more
another
torches.
license? Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's douse the torch. Well, do you want one of us to sneak up ahead without the torch so it doesn't give us away and try to get a closer look, see what's up ahead? I could go look.
That might be a better option. How about I stay back here with Izzy, and you give me some sort of signal. I don't know how well you might be able to do that, but
Twice like a barn owl, once like a brown owl. No, I'll just the whistle thing that people can do with their, holding their tongue or whatever. I'll do that loud whistle if I'm in trouble, and you know to come running then.
Aye, sir. I'll stay back with Izzy.
I should ask. Can my character do that? I feel like he would know that.
I was just about to be like, I wonder if I can make him do a performance, and he's over there like, Adarag standing like, no, he hasn't given the sign yet. You're up there.
No, not yet.
Yeah. Wee!
Squeak like a pig.
There isn't like a performance check, so I'm just gonna say you're able to do it.
All right. Yeah, I'm not doing it now, but I feel like my character would know if he could do that.
Absolutely. Yeah. That would be funny. No. I'm gonna say if this is your plan, that's perfectly fine.
Make it a trade craft.
All right, so I'm gonna get on. I'm gonna go
Builds a
prone.
whistle.
Yeah. I just carve a whistle.
Yeah, you're like, here's a whistle. What? How'd you make that from an acorn? Don't ask questions.
I'm gonna give myself every advantage I can here. So I'm like smearing mud on my face. I've got the ghillies, like the suit on. I'm gonna get low to the ground, like prone, so it's in its like moss, like muddy form.
Okay.
And I'm gonna kind of really slowly and being careful about sound, like crawl my way up towards this cave to just get a closer look.
All right. Give me a routine stealth check, and you know what to do with that. Adarag, he's gonna be at this for a little bit. What are you planning to do while he's gone? Are you keeping your torch up?
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to... So I know the direction of the cave, so I'm going to kind of... torch is still going to be lit, but I'm going to kind of hold it behind, like try to get a tree in between me and the cave, and try to hold the torch behind the tree, with Izzy kind of tucked down below, okay. And then myself just kind of peering out from the side.
Collapse in the kind of nook of the tree.
Yeah.
And then while you're camped there, you wanting to do anything?
I think he's just like all focus is on like the signal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna pull out your brand new handy dandy knuckle bones.
Played some knuckle bones.
Yeah, you're back there playing knuckle bones. Gnimwirt's out there. All right, Gnimwirt, we're down to you. You've got your stealth check. You need a 73 or less. Your roll's a 51. You succeed. Go figure. You guys really are just PETA from the Hunger Games. These two little ninjas sneaking around the swamp.
We're not good at combat, so or at least I'm not.
Yeah, no, I'm here for it. It's working. So, and I've got 3 misfortune points, so you better use all the stealth you can get. You're full crouch. You're sneaking, and what takes a long while. Basically, if you were just to walk up there, it's taking like 2 or 3 times as long because not only are you trying to be sneaky, you're also crawling. So you're getting a little tired, but finally, you get within a good distance. I'd say within like 10 to 20 yards of this cave entrance, this alcove, and you're kind of on the edge of more of this fauna. It seems like it's kind of clears out from here, so you stop and you're crouched and you're watching. What you see inside is a fire. There's like a campfire going inside this alcove. It's very small. There's a campfire going, letting off a little bit of light. And in the shadows of that light, you see what looks to be massive shadow. Granted, light plays weird on the shadows, but a massive shadow is kind of moving around inside this alcove. I'm going to need an awareness check if you want to try and perceive more from where you're at,
Okay.
or you could move in. You could. What are you wanting to do?
I'll try from where I'm at. I'm really focused on it, and
Okay. Standard
yeah.
awareness check. See what we can get. Needed a 42 or less. You got a 75. You cannot re-roll. You see a massive shadow moving around inside.
So one shadow. There's not multiple
It
shadows.
seems like one shadow.
Okay. How far am I from this?
We'll say 15
outcrop?
yards.
Okay. And it's like still like forested between me and that?
It thins out. It is, but it thins out. So it's not as heavily dense.
Okay.
So basically, mechanically speaking, you would get one harder stealth check to move up to it, which would still be pretty easy for you, but...
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to try to get a little closer, see if I can notice a little more.
We're looking at a standard stealth check then, I believe. Which for you would be, what, easy?
Easy, yeah.
Okay, needed a 63 or less, got a 76. As you're moving along, you crunch, you crack a stick, and the shadow inside moves off to the side and out of frame. You can't see them. The shadow moves off.
Okay, I'm gonna stop as soon as I hear that.
Okay.
That crunch and just lie still.
Okay.
And I'll just keep my eye focused on the cave. Hold on, I'm gonna write down some notes here.
All right. As you're watching the cave, I'm going to ask an awareness check, and it's gonna be. Actually, let's see what it will be. Actually, yeah, an awareness check, and it's gonna be a standard, and basically you're gonna compete. Whoever gets the better roll here. Ooh. Okay, good luck. Oh shit! You both succeeded, but it succeeded more. You're watching the cave, the outcropping. You're laying perfectly still. Give me a second roll. Give me a standard. Oh god, for you this is good. Okay, give me a standard stealth check.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Golly.
This shouldn't happen. Okay. So you needed a 63 or less, you got a 63. I will tell you this roll. They needed a 55 or less. They got a 53. They succeeded by 2, you succeeded by 1. Well, 0. That's insane. You're sitting there watching the outcropping. All of a sudden you feel a stick poke you in the boot. What are you doing? You hear
He's behind me?
You hear whispered over your shoulder.
Do I see any of this?
Give me an awareness check, standard.
Okay.
We'll see if you beat. Basically, for the first check, Gnimwirt, No, you don't. You definitely don't see this.
I don't see anything.
You need a 55. You got 56. You failed by 1%. This is crazy.
It's
We're
the
all-
third time tonight, I think.
We're all with
Yeah.
it. That happened last time too, where you guys were like
No, yeah,
failing and succeeded by 1%.
This is awful. This is hell.
So the first check, I would talk about this during under the table, but I'm gonna lose these rolls as they go up. They rolled stealth. You rolled awareness. And let's see, 42, you succeeded by a couple percentage. They needed a 55, rolled a 29, so they succeeded by a lot. The second roll, you were rolling a stealth to stay hidden, and they rolled an awareness to find you, and that's where they won by 2, you won by 0. So they were able to find you, barely. So not only did they sneak up on you, but they also found you, which I didn't think would happen. That's crazy. Not only that, but Adarag didn't see any of it. He's like, where did they go? He doesn't know where either. He's like, I don't know where he's going on up there. I don't even know where Gnimwirt went.
I'm waiting for that signal.
You got poked in the boot by what feels like a stick. And you hear, what are you doing?
I'll turn to see what poked me.
Yeah. Yeah, why not?
No.
Oh, that just showed everyone, apparently. There you go.
Oh.
A massive bear?
Yeah, looks like. Yeah. He looks at you, he's like, what are you waiting on?
I'll,
Here to attack.
No. I was following a trail. It looked like someone was injured, and I was wondering if I could help.
Come to finish him off.
Oh. No. I just wanted to see what was happening. I didn't recognize the trail, and I wanted to make sure everything was okay. Are you hunting this creature?
You're just a friendly little one out here looking to help endangered creatures. In the middle of the swamp. At night.
Well, to be honest, I was trying to make my way back to Arwen's Rest, but
Where's that?
I got a town to the south.
You're from a town then, out here. And what
Sorry?
sort of town is this?
Well,
Are they more sneaky little people like you?
No, to
you
be
a
honest,
thief? Hunter.
No, of course not. I'm a scholar.
What's that?
I study things. I create little gizmos.
Are you a friendly little scholar being?
Oh, absolutely.
Why would a scholar being be out here in the swamp? Like, it's not safe out here.
Yes, like I said, I saw blood and I was worried, so I wanted to help whoever was in trouble. But just trying to make my way back to safety.
A scholar being who studies things and creates things. You want to help the creatures of the swamp get better. You're a healer, scholar being.
If I can, I would try.
Friendly souls like that don't really exist. What's in it for you?
Well, fortunately, it's knowledge.
You're a weird one. I've never met one of your kind like you.
I have to say the same. I've never met a talking bear. Is that what you are?
Talking moss. Are you a swamp creature thing? You look like a worm. Are you a hairy worm?
I'll get off the ground, so I'm like crouched, and now I look like a bush.
This bear thing is crouched down and kind of steps back, and you can see he's got a cane and kind of leans back on it and goes, "The weirdest hairy worm being I've ever seen."
See, this is the kind of thing I do. I'll take off the.
Oh god, it's shedding. What in matter of Are you naked now? What is this?
No. I have clothes on, but I show him like, see, I made
No,
this.
I
These
know,
are the
I
kinds
know
of
you're
things I
not naked, but he just saw you shed your skin. He's like, ah,
I can make things like this, and I'll
that
put
is
it back on.
clothing. The old kind.
Yes. Yeah,
And
I
what-
use it to stay out of danger. I've learned throughout my adventure today that the swamp can be dangerous, so I'm trying to
This is
not
true.
be seen.
So you are new here, Scullerbean.
Yes. And frankly, I'm a little lost. Maybe you could help me. Do you know what's up ahead in that outcropping?
We have a lot in common, us being lost. And that outcropping.
Yeah, were you watching this person or creature as well?
I was. And what did
Do you
see?
know? Well, I tried to get closer, but I apparently startled whatever was in there, and
That you did.
all I could see was a campfire and a large shadow, but I couldn't make out much else.
There's no need to be rude. It's not that large.
Well,
Normal
it looked
sized.
large from my position. Is this a friend of yours?
Well, I don't take too kindly to people calling me fat, but I guess I've put on some pounds recently.
Well, just look at me. Everyone's big compared to me.
This is true. You are a wee one. Or all of your kind like this. And you call yourself Scullerbean. Scullerine. I've never heard of your race.
You can just call me Gnimwirt.
Gnimwirt, that is what your people are called.
That is what my name is. My
See.
people are called gnomes.
Gnomes. I've never met any gnomes.
Well, yes, you have. You've met one right now.
This I have, Gnimwirt. My name is Bjoern. I'm of the bear tribe. From the mountain, and I'll pointing into the dark, and in the moonlight you can see the tip of the mountain in the far east.
Very cool. Well, it's very nice to meet you, Bjoern.
You as well.
I have to say, I was startled when you poked my boot. I thought maybe it was the end for me.
Very well could have been. Many things roam these swamps. Do you need a campfire, or do you prefer laying in the mud?
Well, if you would have us, and actually,
Us.
yes. Well, I wanted to mention.
Kind of crouched, looking around. Are there? He's poking at the mud. Are there more of you in here?
No, nearby. We weren't sure what we were gonna find, so I was gonna try to get a look to make sure it wasn't dangerous. But I have a friend nearby.
And are they our friendly Scullerbean?
They're very friendly and also very small, but not quite the same as I am.
I understand. I have a very small campfire to avoid unwanted attention, which apparently does not work. But we're more than welcome to join us. He's gonna stand up, rising to full height. He's a big bear. He's a big bear.
He's a big bear.
He stands up to full height and begins walking with his cane up towards the outcropping. Bring your gnomes. I shall meet them.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and do my little whistle.
Get you. The actual whistle.
Adarag is going to come charging in with his stiletto.
And
Because you didn't give him any other sign. The only sign was help.
The only sign was help. So Adarag comes charging
funny.
in with this thing.
And now granted, Adarag, you don't know exactly where he is. You just heard the whistle. So you're running up towards the outcropping. Stiletto at the ready.
Stiletto at the ready. Running.
Gnimwirt, you're very well concealed just from your suit. Adarag, you're also very well concealed. You look like a little tree running through the mud.
With a flaming torch.
Adarag, as you are running up, you see, again, everything's dark. Oh, you've got your torch.
Yeah.
From your torchlight, it's really hard to see, like further out. But you see a hulking, you're running up on this giant hulking figure, moving very slowly. And it stops and turns towards you. Gnimwirt, you have a chance
What
to
did you
act.
get yourself into this time?
I'll run forward. No, it's fine. It's fine. Stow your weapon.
At this point, am I like at the base, like looking?
Yeah, you run basically to the foot of this giant brown bear, and the brown bear is gonna turn and be like, "Some friendly gnome you are. You come at me with fire."
That
I'm
weapon away, Adarag. It's fine. Meet my well, Bjoern.
I'm
Bjoern, this
Bjoern.
is my friend Adarag, who was just putting away his sword.
Are you here to kill me then? Is this a trick from your gnomes?
No, of course not.
Well, I'm a halfling,
You're a
and
half
he's
gnome.
a tall one.
Oh, he's a tall one.
We stand back to back, like trying to look tall.
He's like, "Is this some trick? You gnomes just sneak about in the mud, looking like hairy worms, and you come up here to kill us."
Well, no, actually, we have a
You speak
small
of
child.
healing creatures in the dark, and
Everybody, take a time out. Are you in danger?
No. Well, actually, Bjoern, am I in danger?
he kind of stands to his full height again, looking around the swamp, and he goes, "I'd say very much so."
Then maybe we should have this conversation in by the campfire. I don't know. What do you guys say?
I am
I'll
cold.
go get Izzy.
And he's like, "I'm cold," and just starts moving back to the outcropping.
Okay.
I'll go
follow
get Izzy.
and I'll oh yeah,
and
go ahead.
Adarag goes and gets Izzy from the tree that he left behind and goes to take her into the cave.
Sorry, Pickles is in the chat. He says, "It's relieving to see that Toughness is just as hard to read when you're DMing for him."
Why, really?
That's why Bjorn's like, "Am I in danger?" You guys are like, "We in danger?" Bjorn's like, "Am I in danger?" So you're going to fetch Izzy. Gnimwirt, what are you doing?
I'll follow Bjoern to the campfire, and while we're walking, I'll say, Bjoern, I have to mention we have a small child with us who was injured in the swamp. We were trying to bring her to safety.
Bjorn
My
doesn't
friend's
stop. He
going
keeps moving with Kane, and he's like, "There are smaller of you. It is impressive."
We are small folk, but we have big hearts.
This remains to be seen. We shall see. As I said, bring your gnomeses. And he'll move inside to the outcropping. You can see, moving up if you're following him, that there is a small campfire inside. Did you follow him inside the outcropping?
Yeah.
Tucked back in a little alcove, you see what looks to be a makeshift table. And laying on that table is a very hefty man. Currently laying on that table on his back, you can see coated in some blood and stuff, with some like mud paddings on him. And near the campfire, you see what looks to be, and you would be familiar with this, almost like an alchemy concoction table. There's also, under the table, what looks to be from your view, it looks like it used to be on the table and then was very quickly shoved off the table. Looks like the collapsed body of some giant, four-legged, like bigger than Bjoern. Hairy, four-legged creature with just this giant shield wall on its head.
With a what on his head?
Giant, looks like a giant, you could relate it to a giant shield wall. I'll allow you to roll to see if you have read about this. An education check.
Okay, I'll try. Is this one of the ones I get plus? Hold on just a sec. No. Okay.
But you are trained in it, so you will get that.
Right.
Need a 61 or less, you got a 78, and you can't reroll, so no, you don't recognize it. You haven't read it in your books.
Okay, can I just ask what a shield wall is? Is that just a shield?
A shield wall would be, it looks like multiple shields interlocked together to create like a wall.
I see, and that's on his head. It's
Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's collapsed on the ground. Looks dead. Bjoern, the giant bear Bjoern will move over towards the fire and start stoking what looks to be like this cauldron filled with like some of the. It's small, very small set. Definitely not something you'd see back in Ulthrondale or anything like that, but a makeshift alchemy set.
Bjoern, is
Yes.
I'll point to the bloody guy that's over across the way, and I'll ask, is he okay?
He is not.
Who is that?
He's not even turning and looking. I do not know.
Is he the one that we followed the trail, the bloody trail to this location?
More than likely. I dragged him here.
I see. So I'm gonna try to perceive if Bjoern is the one that attacked this man.
Scrutinize. Absolutely.
Is this one a +5? I can't remember.
No, it's your tradecraft is your only +5.
Well, it gets
Oh no, there is like 3. Yeah, you check your thing.
alchemy, counterfeit, skullduggery, and tradecraft.
Okay.
So not scrutinize. Okay.
Needed 52 less. Got a 61. Failed by a little bit. You can't tell. You haven't been able to see. It's been low light. You haven't been able to see Bjoern to see if he's had like weapons or maybe his claws were bloody. You haven't investigated the body, so you couldn't put 2 and 2 together. You're not sure.
Okay.
And Bjorn's not giving you a good read. Like he's being very vague in answers and stuff. So.
Okay.
Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Yeah. I see you're making some sort of concoction there, Bjoern. I'm a skilled alchemist myself. I'm curious what you're making.
Are you? Your people know the ways of. What did you call it?
Alchemy?
Alchemy. I like that word. Is that what you call the making of elixirs?
Absolutely.
Alchemy. I am an alchemy. Yes.
I nod. What are you making?
He'll turn and point to the. He'll turn and point to the I'm trying to think. There's a word for it, but basically the mud coatings on this man's body. And I kind of wish I could remember the name, but he's like those to heal. And at this, Adarag walks up to the alcove entrance, holding
Izzy.
Izzy.
Slung over my.
Probably walking along with you. She seems somewhat more coherent at this point. She's very tired and like
She's got like an arm
exhausted.
over my shoulder.
Yeah, but she walks up and she goes wide-eyed. Bjoern turns and looks and he goes, "The gnomes."
It's all right, Izzy. This one's friendly. For now, I think. Best to keep your eyes up. But here, come sit by the fire.
You feel she's kind of shaking as she goes and sits down, just staring at Bjoern, looking at you two, looking at Bjoern.
Think of him as a fuzzy tezzy bear, if it makes you feel better.
Bjorn's like, I am no fuzzy tezzy bear. What does he say?
Oh, ignore my friend. What was that potion you were making? You said you're trying to heal this man?
Oh shit.
Do I see this man now?
No,
Or
yeah,
this
you
elixir?
see everything that has been revealed here.
Do I
Go ahead.
do I recognize the guy on the table?
Very clearly Griff.
Yeah. Okay.
The only reason
eyes go wide.
Gnimwirt wouldn't recognize him is he's never actually met him.
Met him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you recognize him as Griff.
Eyes go wide. I'm dashing over to the table.
It's not a big alcove. You take 2 steps. Yeah, it's very small. It looks like it was just a makeshift alcove that he kind of set up camp because there was no better option, you know.
Griff.
Go ahead.
Griff,
Well,
are you all right?
Stand by on that. I'm
Oh.
going to answer Gnimwirt's question real quick. Because he's asked it like 2 or 3 times now.
Yes, he has. Sorry.
Bjoern will turn back to his thing and he goes, "It's God. I really wish I could remember the word for this. Basically, he's like,
Salvo.
what'd you call it?
Salvo.
Kind of. I don't know. Anyways, he's like,
mud caked on skin.
yeah. There's a word for it. There's a specific word for this like treatment, but I can't remember what it's called. But anyways, he's just like, it is temporary, but from my experience, use some of the natural herbs of the land. Many of them have qualities you can pull and use. Fitting. I am hoping to ease his pain. A recover. Wounds. And as he turns back, kind of under his breath, he goes, "But poison is strong." Adarag, you've moved up to Griff. What do you do?
I'm going to like check pulse, check like just like Griff, are you all right?
He is alive, breathing, awake, but kind of catatonic, I think is
Yep.
the word. Like very comatose almost.
Yep.
Right, and for those in the chat, I'm gonna pull up Griff's picture just so you can see what I'm talking about. Griff doesn't have a picture. You guys have a picture for Griff?
DM boo.
What? Do you guys have a picture for Griff?
I'm going to look.
I don't want to see his picture.
Nope, it's gone.
Weird. Griff, where you at, bud? Okay, I also don't have a picture for Griff. Oh, there he is. No, I found him. Sorry, guys. Save. There's Griff. He's back.
Griff's a beefy boy.
Where's Griff?
You see him now?
Go off and back onto it, Adam.
Show players. Show players. Does that work?
There we go. I see him. There you go.
All right. Yes, you moved up to Griff. You asked that. You see him. Where were we? Sorry.
Yeah. What's that?
Where were we? What was the last asked? Said.
Last thing that happened was I went up to him and was shaking him to see if he was okay, and he kind of grumbled back at me.
Right, and then I was showing up to chat. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Did you have anything else you want to do? Either of you can act at this point. You're both in there.
So he's got these kind of like mud patches on him.
Mm-hmm.
So he's pretty much like patched up as far as the blood is concerned.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be currently bleeding. Seems to have these mud patches kind of placed in different areas over his body. Very odd placement, and it's all, I mean, completely like there's some on his legs, some on his arms, some on his shoulders, some on his chest, some on his calf, some on his feet. Is weird placement. But yeah, you don't see any active bleeding, no bruising. You really don't see many wounds either at all. I mean, besides maybe like some scrapes and stuff, but that probably is just from moving through the swamp.
Bjoern, did you say this was some sort of some venom or a poison, or what was it that's making him so lethargic at this point?
Bjoern will turn from the cauldron over the fire and move over and lift up one of the mud patches. My best word for it. And you see what looks to be like he got injected, is the best word I can use, but a very large needle. So like if you get injected with a small needle, you just get that little one, but instead of like that little prick, it's more like a nice little hole under there. And he's like, poison. This,
I see.
Mud, this patch, hopefully help suck the poison out, but a lot of the battle will come from within. He must want to live. Fight.
While he's brewing this, can I like look at the ingredients and see if I would have like studied anything like this, and then maybe try to help him brew it?
Absolutely. Give me an alchemy check.
My alchemy has a asterisk next to it. What does that mean?
Flip to fail if you're not trained in it, because it is something you need to be like schooled in.
Gotcha.
Kind of
Okay.
thing.
Okay. And then I do have plus 15 to it though.
Plus 5
From
to
my
it. No, plus
gold
15. You are
version.
right. Yeah. So when you go to roll, it should already be flip to fail, but make sure you do your base chance modifier to plus 15.
Okay.
Wow. So you rolled an 85. It's going to stay as an 85. It would flip to 58, but since it's flipped to fail, it stays at 85. And you needed a 66 to succeed. So you go over and you look. You're not really familiar with these ingredients because you're not from this area. It looks to be a lot of ingredients from the natural area. Like he gathered these up just nearby.
Okay.
But you can't really tell. Besides him telling you that these are used to hopefully help heal, hopefully extract poison, hopefully ease pain, I mean, that's what you know of it.
Okay, that's fine. Griff, this poison, is it from a creature in the swamp, or do you know what it comes from?
He doesn't answer you.
Was that?
Did you mean to ask Griff?
Oh, sorry. Bjoern.
Oh, okay. I was like, I was thinking maybe you were like interviewing Griff to like see. What were you asking, Bjoern?
Same thing. I was asking, do you know where this poison came from? Was it creatures or?
Yeah. So Bjoern turns back to the cauldron to keep stirring, and he goes, "Yes. New creatures. Weird, odd creatures. How do you say?
They have sticks.
Painted.
Painted.
No. He points over to Griff and he goes, needles.
Needles. Did it have like a spider, like stinger? Or
No, these are not spiders. These are of the land. Spirits. Angry. Tainted by the mountain.
Tainted by the mountain, you say? How?
He's gonna turn back towards you guys and he's like, "You're not from here."
Clearly not.
No, we are not.
So you have not seen the taint from the mountain?
I don't know what you're talking about, a mountain taint, but that's right.
My next line, it spreads everywhere. I'm like, it spreads as far as I have seen. My tribe currently seeks refuge, moving to find new home.
Are there a lot of Bear Tribe members?
Not anymore.
And you've always lived in these mountains here?
Come from the mountain.
Say,
what has made you venture so far west?
He kind of leans outside the alcove and scoops up the mud, kind of scooping up a big hefty scoop, turns it over and plops it down inside, and you guys see like some of this green and black off of it. He goes, the corruption. It infests everything now. I found you in the mud.
Let me ask you
Most likely
this.
tainted.
Most likely. Maybe a little. I'm not sure. But let me ask you this. Does this corruption would it work like an anti-venom, where if you have enough of the original source matter, you might be able to uh, defend the body against it, or of some sort?
He thinks and he goes, "It has been done. Find the source. Find the cure."
Say, Gnimwirt, do you still have that jar?
Yes.
The jar vicar.
I realize what he's doing. This corruption, Bjoern, that's in the swamp. Has it been known to turn living things to granite before?
Kind of stops, reflects. He goes, "This I have not seen."
Adarag, I wonder if it's the same corruption. But Bjoern, the corruption you're talking about, is it in the swamp or in the mountains or both?
It comes from the mountain. These swamps are corruption. You can
So
see that there's more to it, but he doesn't know. Like he's his dialect is very broken. He's not used to speaking the common tongue, and so it's very hard to piece together. And he's trying to find the words.
I see. Well, is there... If you had some of this corruption, would you be able to do anything with it to make something from it? Or make some protection against it with an elixir of sorts?
You know how to understand. You want to get corruption.
No.
He points to the dirt mud that is like bleeding and stuff, and he goes, "It is all around you."
I'll pull out the jar and hold it up in the campfire light.
What about a more pure form?
When you hold it up, it definitely looks different. There's something different about it. And he'll look and he goes, "What is this?"
We found it at a statue down in the swamp, and it looked like a man that had been attacked by what we think to be a swamp dragon.
This dragon. Tell me of it.
Well, it lumbered around. I never actually saw it. But it was also very quiet.
You never fucking saw it. That's so true. Even when it was attacking you, you never saw it.
I never
That's
saw
so
the
funny.
thing.
Oh my god. Great.
I'll chime in. It seems to have heavy footsteps. You can feel it in your bones when it walks, and
But you
despite
never hear
that,
a
it's...
thing.
Sorry, what do you say?
He goes, "But you never hear a thing."
Yes,
I certainly didn't.
but you never hear a thing, so you've encountered this before.
It is from the mountain. It left some time ago. I see it did not make it very far.
It seems to be at home in the swamp, as far as I can see. Perhaps with this corruption from that attack, we could make an antidote to help this man.
It is of the swamp. He'll turn and kind of go to grab the jar. Do you allow him?
Yeah, I'll hand it to him.
Take it and hold it towards the fire, and he goes, "This is from your dragon."
Well, not my dragon, but yes, the dragon.
He's gonna open it up and kind of not pour it out, but kind of move it to where he can like see into it. And he's like, What does this smell like to you? Alchemy?
Okay, I'll take the jar and I'll I won't just shove my nose in there, but I'll try to waft it towards me.
Okay. I'm not gonna make you roll for it. You get the strong aroma of like iron in a blood sense. Like it picks up that strong iron aroma like blood.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like,
I'll explain that to Bjoern.
Yeah. He goes, as I thought. That is from the dragon. That is not the source corruption. What would you say? Product of it.
Fair enough. I'm gonna cap it and put it back in my stuff.
The dragon is from my land. It left, fleeing the corruption. Now it is part of it.
I see. So did this dragon used to be a part of your people? Did you commune with it?
No. We fought it.
Understandable.
You must be mighty warriors then. We could never dream of fighting such a creature.
I am not. Some of my kin. I am old, tired, and I work with the land.
I nod.
How do your kind? Do you have grow the land?
A farmer?
Sure. I am a farmer.
Understand.
Not any longer. No land. Now I
Times are tough.
use the land. He points to his little alchemy set.
Well, Bjoern, if I might ask you one more thing, would this help? Would this help? Would this help Griff over here, the man on the table? Would this help him? And I pull out my anti-venom.
Oh, you're pulling out your anti-venom. I thought you were. So you're not holding up the jar. Okay.
Yeah, no, not the jar. Anti-venom. Yep.
Look and be like, and what source does this come from?
You're gonna name the shop.
Well, see. This one comes from Elva Drill's Emporium.
No, this creature. Elva Drill Emporium.
Or I can't remember.
Fierce.
Maybe this one came from the black market. Anyways.
I've heard of creatures like this. That's an aracanid.
No, you're thinking of a black watch.
Possibly. Different names, then.
It must be a linguistic thing.
You need blight.
The blight?
My treatment will keep him stable.
And where might this blight be found?
Source.
And where might the source be?
Once again, I'll point out into the moonlight where you see the mountain peak, and he goes, of the corruption.
Oh. Is that back where your home is? Was. Excuse me.
Yes.
I see.
Where is your home? This Arwen town.
Arwen's Rest. It's a little to the south and a little to the west.
Your people are not corrupted.
They don't seem like it yet, but I just came in on a boat, so...
You came to this land willingly, little gnomeses, to study.
Not quite.
I came to study. My friend here just came to help me stay safe.
I've not been doing a very good job. I'll be honest.
He's gonna look to Gnimwirt and he goes, "He looks safe enough."
I'm still kicking so far.
Yes, he is able to kick.
Aye, that he
Uh,
is.
Bjoern, this man that you brought back here,
Griff,
were
the
you
one called him.
Griff? Yeah. When you found him, was there a child near him?
A youngling? No.
Yes. I point to Isabella. It would have looked like similar to her, but I think his boy was out in the swamp missing as well.
He did mention it. Is this youngling named Mateo?
Yes, that is
That
correct.
he is.
He mentioned it. There was no child.
So, okay, so Griff has not found Mateo.
Where do the little gnomes plan to go? Do you seek the source of the corruption? Do you come for the cure? Plague that cripples my land, my people, changes my enemies? Or are you here to study? Or here to heal the creatures of the swamp? What purpose do you serve?
Adarag just kind of looks over
Besides
at
attacking
Gnimwirt.
Bjoern.
Well,
Again,
all
I
the
apologize
options-
for that earlier.
Did you say tough nuts?
I was going to say, of all the options, the last option for us is attacking Bjoern. That is not what we're interested in.
Again, my apologies. I appreciate you taking care of my friend.
That was my fault, Bjoern. I thought we were in trouble, and so did my friend.
It is best to be ready. Swamp.
As far as helping your people, and by the sounds of it, that would help Griff as well with the antidote. I don't want to speak for my companion, but I think we would be interested in that quest. However, we have this girl, and I kind of pat Isabella's shoulder, and I'll just say, she's far from her home, and I'm sure her parents are worried about her. I think we need to get her to safety before we can embark on any dangerous adventure.
I understand. How far is your home from here?
Do we know?
Would our say
Within a day's walk. You guys got here within a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
But you guys
less than a
also
day.
had a lot of stuff going on, dragging the text. Yeah, so you'd probably, maybe even half a day.
Yeah, it's it's a maybe 4 or 5 hours to the southwest if we were moving quickly, but at night it would be hard for us to navigate there.
That is not far. He'll point to the creature curled up on the floor that Adarag now notices that there's a giant creature. Four-legged, hulking beast, furry, with for you, might look like, I don't know, 2 oars on its head. Trying to think of the best way to reference it for you guys. You see this creature and he points to it and he goes, "They take the creature as a gift, sign of friendship. Good meat still to be had. I found it in a trap. Died there. Blood loss. Could not save it." He'll turn back to his concoction.
I'm taking a look at this thing. Would I have ever heard of it before on my travels?
Probably not. It's
Okay.
not.
Okay.
It doesn't seem native to this area.
Gotcha.
And by that,
Okay.
I mean it just doesn't seem like a swamp creature.
Gotcha. And so he's saying that this thing is dead and we can have it, though?
Basically, is what he's
Or-
saying. It's a gift as a sign of friendship.
Gotcha. Yep.
Thank you, Bjoern. I'm sure the people of the town would be most thrilled to have this gift of friendship, and I'll be sure they know who it comes from.
That is good. Any time like this, friends might make all the difference.
Now, Bjoern, before we go, couple questions for you. One,
Nothing but
it's
questions, Scholar Being.
well, like I said, I'm interested in learning and knowledge. It seems you have a knack for it yourself.
Is what our kind do. Us, alchemy, Scholar Being.
You mentioned that you're from, I point up towards the mountain, this land that you're suggesting we go find this blight from. What can you tell me about this land to help us if we adventure to find this blight?
It is a mountain full of corruption. Be prepared to journey on a mountain full of corruption.
This corruption, is it different than the swamp's corruption? Like, what form does it take on the mountain?
The corruption comes from the mountain. Is the swamp.
Okay. And then I'll kind of stop my questions and I'll say, and lastly, I don't know if we could make it back to our home at night. Would you be okay with us resting in this cove with you until dawn?
No, I would expect as much. The swamp is dangerous enough when you can see the threats. Worse, when they can see you.
Thank you.
And with that, Adarag pulls out a snifter of brandy. And it's like, anybody want some? I could use some after today.
You see Bjoern. That smells good. And with that, Bjoern will partake and share in this brandy snifter from Adarag. As Adarag, Gnimwirt, Isabella, Griff, and Bjoern huddle up in this small little alcove, avoiding the swamp. As you listen, and you can hear the sounds of a storm to the east. It sounds like a bad one too. It hasn't reached here. It's nearby, but it hasn't reached here. But you hear the sounds of this intense storm outside as you guys huddle in this alcove. That's what we're gonna call it for episode 4, the second saga of King's Crossing. Thank you so much for joining. Huge shout out to the players for deciding to come back and endure this this trauma and put them through. We're gonna be diving into Under the Table, so we're gonna be back here in just a minute. But real quick, huge shout out to all the sponsors. And I Took That Personally, a podcast run by some good friends of mine. You can find it on Spotify and Apple Play Podcast, whatever's. And I Took That Personally. You get to hang out with some good friends of mine who talk about movies that you probably never seen, you might have, and didn't enjoy them, but they actually break them down, and it's very enjoyable to hear how and why and what it really is about. So you can check that out. Like I said, Spotify, Apple Podcast. Another one, King's Crossing. This series has 2 parts. There's the first saga, second saga. First saga is involving a whole different group of players, involving Torvekic, Grunkle, Wilfer, and their friend Alexios, and everything that they got going on their side, happening all at the same time as this party here. The second saga featuring Gnimwirt, Adarag, Bjoern, Dibs, Isabella, Griff, and everything that they got going on here. Another one, Strange Town of Golden Ridge, is another campaign run by my good friend Mr. Pickles. Those are occurring every Sunday on a rotational shift with King's Crossing, the first saga. That one is a modern day paranormal mystery horror filled campaign where we play detectives trying to uncover the larger mystery at hand in a Pacific Northwestern town. You guys can check those out. Those all go up on YouTube. I think that's all I got. You guys got anything you want to shout out, share?
I'm good.
All good. We got the Lost Mines of Phandelver. Got Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough coming back on Wednesday. And
We have all this-
the Dirty Podcast on Monday.
Oh yeah, and the Dirty Podcast. Okay. There we go. And the Dirty Podcast. Yeah, check that out on Monday. Drinks and discussions. A bunch of guys who like RPGs get together, hang out, and have some fun. Also featuring a brand new mini-series currently DM'd by Mr. Pickles, featuring Ozlog, Peculiars, and Adichie. Check it all out. If you're watching on the YouTube, thank you so much for joining. Check out the Under the Table, which posts every Sunday, so you can check those out, where we break down the campaign as a whole, get to do a Q&A, talk about whatever we want, have some fun with it. If you're watching here on the stream, stick around. We're going to be right back with it. Thanks, guys.